so that way nobody's talking over each other, and we're not having to we're not talking in circles for hours and hours on end. It's just a way to streamline it. Let's see here. Give me one sec. Okay, so let's start from the top here. There's going to be some new things that are happening. You guys have already seen that there's been quite a few changes in leadership, new people coming in, old people coming back. So I was previously inside of the old DB server. Like, I was the first guy for the chief of police. I sat down with Draclor and we wrote up all the SOPs and started the server basically. I do have a little bit of some coding experience using Notepad++, so there's some things that I'm going to be helping Bio with for changing the economies and stuff like that, and making a crime worth it, and also job hunting a thing so that you guys can go and do stuff, like actually to perform regular jobs and make money doing it. With one of and we're going to go over a couple different changes that we're going to be doing. First, I want to talk about the snipers and marksmen thing. One of the changes is that there aren't going to be snipers or marksmen anymore. There's been too many situations where there's just no RP available for cops at all, or having any kind of dialogue, because suddenly they're held at gunpoint and there's nothing they can do. It's too crippling. And we're also trying to force scenarios where people can be creative. So instead of just having a sniper every map or every scenario and being able to get away, I want you guys to focus more on stuff like just being creative with your getaway plans. The timers for the banks are going to be adjusted, not the cooldowns. So the time it takes to rob particular banks will be adjusted every other week or every 2 weeks. And there's going to be a balancing act with how the money and everything works with dirty money and both real money or legal money. There's also been some issues with shoot first and no RP. So basically, people roll up on somebody and just end up getting shot at. There's no dialogue. There's no anything. It's sort of a shoot on sight kind of thing. The reason that people come to RP is to be able to act out situations. So, I mean, like, just try and end the situations without having to do a shootout. Like, just play it through. You might not even have to even fire a shot. Like, if you can do that, I mean, let's start there. I had a situation, what was it, last week? A couple days ago, I ended up stealing somebody's car. If your car is unlocked, your keys are in it. That's how the rule is going to be set out. So if you're going to cry about somebody stealing your car and painting it pink, if you left the car unlocked and unattended, and you're a good distance away from the car and somebody was able to get in and lock the doors on you, guess what? You left your keys in there too by default. That was one of the other things. To do a snatch and grab, the owner of the car must be far away enough that the keys, or that you could get into the car, lock the doors. If the doors are unlocked, by default, the keys are in the ignition. To do a snatch and grab, you don't need to hold somebody to gunpoint or announce an RP of being robbed. That's not how it works in real life. That's not how it's going to work in the server. Properties are still being worked on. The only thing that they're working on is optimization. There are some properties that are kind of buggy out and they give you error messages still. There might be a preliminary release where some properties are released so that you guys can have something to work with, even if they aren't the properties that you really wanted, but we're going to try and work with you and at least get some of those out. Admins are currently being evaluated. We've had issues come up where we see some admins doing more than others, and some doing nothing but enjoying the perks that come with it. We're currently looking into that, and we're also looking for people that want to step up as an admin as well. So if you have previous admin experience or you want to be an admin, just go to the applications part of the Discord here and just put in an application. Just follow the prompts and put in your Steam phone number, character name that you want put on, all that shebang. Lawyers are making a comeback. It will be an organization that will be run by Carlson and Nix. Icons will be added so that you can see what they're present and you can request one. There is zero guarantee that they can lower your sentence. It will be strictly RP related. So if, say, for instance, you have a non-lethal crime, the maximum that you can still be put in for is 30. The minimum for a lethal crime is 30. So they can get it reduced, but you're not going to be any lower than 30 minutes on any sentence. But it's also strictly RP. It would be at the officer's discretion to decide how they want to decide the sentencing for how long that you're going to go away. But the lawyers are there strictly for the RP experience. LSPD is also undergoing some big changes. With officers come admin privileges, we're going to try and get lieutenants, captains, and I think there's some other ones that we're going to try and get some admin privileges, because cops by themselves are the civil police of the server. So the first face that you're going to see when you hit a crime or do something wrong, or let's say that there's some asshole that just joined the server and he doesn't know what the fuck RP means, he's going to be running around and cops are going to be called on him pretty quick, and admins are going to show up. So cops are going to be the forefronts of saying, hey, there's some stuff going on. I need an admin to show up. And basically it's going to usually be a cop too. Let's see here. Cops are also going to be retrained and evaluated based on what they know and what they can do. I know that some are in ranks that they probably shouldn't be, just because it's been pretty lax. So we're going to be fixing that, and I'm going to personally go in and train some people myself. I think I went over this a little bit to emphasize on it. Jail times are being changed. Non-lethal crimes are below 30 minutes or sent to community service. Lethal crimes can be jailed up to an hour and 30 minutes. The minimum must be 30 minutes. Bank jobs and all legal activities are going to be paid a lot more. We're trying to work on how to take dirty money from people. Once we get the properties figured out, that's going to be the next project. So the plan is to make crime pay a lot more. And like I said before, it'll be a dynamic crime economy, where certain banks will pay more and have less timers, where certain banks will have more timers but even bigger pay. The Pacific Bank in particular, the big bank up there on the north side of Los Santos, I want to pay anywhere from $2 to $3 million, but it's going to be one of the hardest banks for you to get out with. Like, you better have a solid plan of what you're going to do. You're not going to be able to shoot your way out of it either. So it's one of those banks that's going to pay a lot, but you got to have a plan to go with it. Something like the drug delivery system that you have that will pay you per delivery. We're going to try and fix that too, where it pays a lot more, and it's also going to ping your locations of where you deliver. So for each delivery, you're going to get a certain amount of a payout, but you're also going to get pinged, and the cops are going to know where you are at each delivery. So it's going to add more risk, but more reward as well. So it's more of an interactive kind of thing. The economy also is going to try and we're going to try and make it dynamic, where like 1 week, one job's going to pay really well. The next week, it won't pay as well, and other jobs are going to fluctuate the same way. So it's going to promote job hunting, basically, so that you guys can find new ways to make money. It's going to force you guys to kind of RP and be like, yeah, I went and did this job yesterday. I didn't pay so much. Oh, I made this job. It fucking made $100,000. Oh shit. Well, I better go be a fucking garbage man, shouldn't I? It's going to be that kind of thing. With the balancing of all the economy and getting the properties in and all that stuff, there will be a wipe, but it's not going to be for a couple months. So don't freak out. It's not for a while. But with the balancing of the economy and properties and stuff like that, we do want to have a clean slate and be able to really work with something fresh. As far as bank robberies, tear gas and air one are going to start being utilized. If an officer dies or you start shooting, Air 1's going to be instantly pulled into the air and you're going to be tracked down from a chopper. If you're taking longer than 10 minutes to get out of a robbing scenario, whether it be a convenience store or a bank job, SWAT's going to be called in, or somebody that's certified with tear gas, and you're going to get tear gassed out of the bank. Let's see here. Because after 10 minutes, if you're trying to stake it out or role play it the best you can, like I get it if a plan's starting to go sideways and your guy with a garbage truck that's supposed to be using it as a battering ram doesn't show up in time. Like, I get that. But at the same time, you're also stealing content from other people after 10 minutes, and now all the officers have to sit there and wait for you to finish. And we'll get to questions here in just a second. I got 2 more bullet points. As far as accountability, I don't care if you're streamer or Jesus himself. If you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing inside of the server, would it be an admin issue or a sentencing issue of committing an illegal crime, you're going to be held accountable for it, and you can appeal for it. You can do all the stuff that you need to, but you will be sentenced. You will be held accountable. As far as donations, there is a web link that I'm going to post here after the meeting or shortly here. It is the trackyserver.com. It still has the DV logo on it, but it's where you can donate to the server to keep it up. There's also 5M Premium, which will move our server in the listing, and it will push us to the top of the listing so more people can join. If you guys have any questions about that, I'll be more than happy to direct you how to do it. I have one more premium that I can give out to somebody, so if you don't have the money this one time, it is a one-time upgrade, and it will permanently boost the server so long as you have it boosted. Um, First is Honey. Go ahead.
Yeah. So my question is, as far as let's say you do an armed robbery, right? And then you're like, all right, hey, I'm not getting out of this shit. Um, is it still going to be counted as a lethal crime because it's an armed robbery? Am I going to go to jail for half because?
So if it requires you a gun, if it requires a gun to interact with, like store robberies, bank robberies, it's considered a lethal crime. So far, you've not shot at anybody yet, but you're still going to jail for a minimum of 30 minutes for robbing a bank because you need a gun to be able to participate with that event.
Okay.
Zaven.
So regarding the RP for like store robberies and whatnot. Hypothetically, can you have a 4-man team have 3 people leave the store while one person's still stealing? Go on a cop case and pick them up.
So if you're doing a store robbery, you can't have more than. I mean, it's not worth it, but for any activity, you can't have more than 4 people. With the maze bank,
Yeah, no, but I think you get what I'm saying, right?
not exactly. Kind of give me more details.
Okay, it's like if you're robbing a gas station, you have one person just sitting in a car, right? 2 people go in, and then one guy runs out. Cops chase the people in the car. One guy's still in the gas station. You wait for them to like text you they're done, and then you swing by, pick them up, and then you finish it.
If cops are doing what they're supposed to do and going by the book, you will always have another cop going inside and
Okay.
checking the store.
Yeah, they will be checking the store. If you don't have to keep those people inside of the bank or the convenience store to finish the robbery out, but I mean your limit's going to be 4 people. If they show up late, that's whatever. It's part of whatever plan that you've got set up. But cops are going to be clearing buildings. They're going to be looking for the suspect with the dirty money, even if they flew the scene.
Alright, so cops are actually going to be good. Cool.
Yeah. Turkish.
Yeah. First of all, welcome everyone. Thanks for making the server great. My question is about making the police admins. Do you not think that opens up metagaming? Like when they're searching for a criminal, I'll just look on my admin menu. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you not think it opens it up for abuse?
Yeah, no, we had that problem in the last server. It's not going to be willy nilly where somebody just gets to be an admin. It's going to be where I see that people are complimenting you on doing a good job as an admin. It's where I see that you're active, you know the rules, you know all of the laws, not some of the laws. It's not going to be something that I just hand out, gracefully and just say, oh yeah,
Yeah, so it's not just going to be like, oh, you're a sergeant, now you're an admin as well.
Exactly.
It's not... All right, okay.
Yeah, no, it's going to be. I want it to be where I can have 5 admins on. At least 3 of them are in RTO, so that because they're going to be hearing the brunt of it most of the time, and then the other 2 can be wandering around. But at least 5 admins on at all times inside the server during peak hours, at least.
I've been in cities before where the police had all the powers, and they just didn't. And people just ended up leaving.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be like that at all.
Good.
Johnny.
Back to the drug runs. You said that every single time that you do a drug run, police are going to be called.
So there is one activity that you can do. It will ping that you've started the drug running, but it won't. But it won't ping you after that.
Show location.
No, so it'll ping that you started it, but it won't show that you're making deliveries. It won't tell them that you're out at a certain spot and you just made a delivery. What I was going to have.
So it's.
Go ahead.
So it's like it is now, but it's going to do it every single time.
You make
right now it's like a 50 shot. Okay.
So like when you make your delivery, it's supposed to ping in the new version every time you finish your delivery, so that you're having to zoom off and go someplace else real quick, or hide, or however you want to do it. How police interact with drugs, though, it's going to be different. Where if they get pinged for something, like in the old system, you would have to cook all your stuff and then go sell it to NPCs. When a cop would pull up on a ping or something like that, when they would sell to an NPC, they were supposed to walk up and go, "Hey, sorry, I got a transmission of somebody was out here selling drugs. You know it's not safe during in this neighborhood. Do you have some ID or something on you or something?" And that's all they can do. They can only ask for your ID, And after that, they say, hey, you know, I don't want to see you out here in this neighborhood. You look like a good guy. Just, you know, be safe out there and maybe not catch you in this area again. And if they get another ping and they find that same person, now they're subject to an investigation. So after that, they have to write a report on it. They have to search the person, so on and so forth. Because now the person can't be like, oh, yeah, you just walked up and violated all my rights. No, you've been at the same place twice now. I've been getting some reports. So it's got to be you. Because I don't see anybody else out here.
Well, that's my thought as well. Is because you have NPCs and you have real people that you can tell the difference. I know people have been just pulled over because you're a real person and said, "Oh, well, we got a call for drugs in this area. I'm going to search you."
Exactly, and we're going to be addressing that because that's not how you do it. That's not how we did it the old way either.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions or adds, remarks, suggestions?
Me.
Me.
Then get the fuck
Me.
out of my channel.
Fuck you too.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna edit the distances at which you can track people and put the trackers on and stuff like that?
Do you know what that distance is right now? Because I don't. I have not had a chance to look at that.
It's 1 mile.
I mean, we could
it's
test
1
it, but I
mile.
mean, it's
It's definitely 1 mile.
It's up to
It
them.
definitely needs to be less than a mile. When
I'm having a
before it
really
was-
hard time getting away from those trackers.
Yeah, no. Before it was 0.35.
Yep.
So it was not. Marty, did you have something? Or did
Yeah, are you guys gonna be vetting cops better? Because you got some papegas on the force currently.
We're not going
Hey.
to talk about that right now.
Yeah, I told you I'm gonna just
That was the other thing. OOC is not a place where you complain. It is not a place where I don't hear anything.
Yeah,
that's
apparently
happening.
Discord isn't though.
Oh, whoa, hold on.
General chat isn't.
You literally told me to go to it. What do you
Dude,
mean?
if you're gonna come in here in a meeting and cause problems, I'm gonna get your ass out of here.
Hey, calm down, seriously.
So I said that you can direct it to the right. That's what it's there for. It's not in general chat and it's not in OOC. They're not there for you to vent. Just take it to the reports channel, go through the proper channels. Myself, Bouncy, anybody else can look at it and decide what's going on, or at least help you out to find out what your frustration is.
What's this you were saying about 1-day bans for breaking character?
So we had this problem when we first started up the old server where people would say, you know, fail RP during a situation or something like that. Finish the situation, then go into the reports channel again, find somebody, contact somebody, say, hey, this wasn't handled the proper way, and then make your appeal. Don't sit there and break character. If you break character and I have to, you know, come out and find out what's going on, my old rule was if you break character, expect to be banned for a day. That's how serious that is.
Can I ask a quick question?
Go ahead.
No. I got a question.
Oh, go, Marty. I wasn't sure.
My number one is waiting. About the bank robbery, the big bank.
Yeah.
Is it still 4 criminals, 4 cops?
So because it's going to pay out for so much, I mean, literally every cop on the server is going to swarm to that bank, and the timer is going to be slightly extended because you got to have some real creativity to walk away with $3 million dirty money, right?
Yeah.
There's also an extra thing that comes with the Pacific Bank that you have to have in order to rob it. I'm not going to say what it is, but there's extra things that you have to make that happen. I mean, you're going to have helicopters. I have surveillance that I have inside the bank that I can see where all of you are. And that's not a mod thing. That's actually part of the server. I can actually go into the police database and look and see where you guys are inside the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
but-
CCTV.
It's a really hard bank to rob, and if you guys are able to walk out and go away with $3 million, you deserve every single dollar that you get, because the police is going to throw everything they have at you. There will not be tear gas, but there will be, there's going to be lethal force, helicopters, like the whole bank.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, if you got 4 criminals and we got like 10 cops around the bank, we never get away.
The maximum that I'm going to have on the server is around 8 or 9. So that leaves, I believe, 4 cops in the city, and then let me get this right: 4 cops in the city, and then 3 surrounding. So the other 3 are going to be sheriff's officer, state trooper, somewhere on the main highway or in northern Toledo or something.
We allowed to have people outside as
Yes.
like blockers, or like to block the police when we're trying to escape. As long as they're not inside the bank, involved in the 4 people. With the 4 people, the criminals allowed to have people.
So I'm gonna try and raise it to 5 people that you guys can have. They do not have to be inside of the bank. It's just 5 per the activity. You can have a guy down this. So to give you some context here, I actually had this written down. So using garbage trucks as battering rams, or using helicopters as a flight attendant, using chicken trucks to hold hostages and dump them out the back while you try to make your escape. There are 100 different things that you could do inside this server just using the job center alone, because it gives you so much to do with. The mining.
Yeah, I know now.
Yeah, the mining truck has so much weight behind it, you can literally clear an entire way for you guys to get out and cause a commotion, because everybody's going to be looking at the garbage truck saying, holy shit, they just took out, Dave or whatever, like an officer down, and there's shit getting thrown everywhere because the guy was going 100 miles an hour down the hill.
I see you on that point there, Plus, but the problem is if we crash into police cars, the cop might die, and it's RDM on that moment.
No, it turns the code red, and we can open fire upon whoever hit us.
That's not RDM. RDM is something that happens at random. So let's say you're just driving down the street, some dude's walking on the sidewalk, he turns, shoots in the head, and just takes your car. That's RDM.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's not RDM. That's playing in a scenario and trying to make the money.
Yeah, you're playing as a criminal just trying to get away. That's what you're expected to do.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, because you've already had all the RP with the bank, with the robbery.
Let's see. Kona, you had a question?
Yeah, the other day I was in RP, I can't remember, I think it was 2 days ago, and me and 2 of my buddies, we just didn't realize the rule about the no using an external Discord. And we were in a different Discord, but we had all deafened and everything during the RP to go and rob, I can't remember which bank it was. And we got the bank robbery done. We were inside, and the cops came in, guns blazing. We shot back at the cops, and they had one of my friends in handcuffs, and the other one was outside in a car waiting on us and he was gonna drive up, and we were gonna get in his car. And about like at the end of not after we started to run off, we got to a parking garage and met up with the guy in the car and got froze halfway through it to get told that we aren't supposed to be using, or that they thought that we were using an external Discord, and it kind of made all of us mad and get off for the night because we were in the middle of an RP. And I don't know if there's any way to mediate the situation or fix it where we don't get interrupted halfway through an RP.
So what you're saying is that you were frozen as a player?
My friend in the car was.
So he got frozen by somebody.
Bouncy and myself.
Me and Johnny was there for that.
I was the one who froze them. I was the one who talked. So Kona, I was the one who came and talked to you. Bouncy was the cop that was on scene, and I watched the whole situation through my mod menu. Now I can't hear what's being talked about in that situation, but I hopped in RTO and asked Bouncy. I said, "What was your thoughts on that situation?" And I said, "Do you think that they're using an external Discord?" And Bouncy told me that you guys were not complying, saying how many people were in the bank. What else did you say, Bouncy? Something else?
I went through so many bank robberies last couple of days, I could not tell you.
So this is the one where it was you and I think Jason.
I do know there was 2 of us.
Yep,
And
that's
we
a
got
firm.
Yes.
So you walked in, you shot one guy. There was a guy hiding in the corner in a blue jacket or something and a blue mask. I was watching the guy in the blue mask walked out to the payphone, and somebody was in one of the old Mercedes cars down the street. You guys never once used your cell phones to tell that guy to come back. is what I saw. So that's what we came to suspect, that you were using an external Discord, because we did not see you in a Discord in full control.
But basically, it states in the regular full control rules and in the GTA rule to not use external Discords.
So let me iron this out real quick. That rule is going to stand, but you're never ever going to be able to prove whether they are or they aren't. So it's going to be entirely up to the community to be honest. I mean, that's really it. When I'm in scenarios or stuff like that where I could possibly be metagaming, I mute and deafen the entire Discord. Like, I can't hear a thing, and then I try to stay within my cell phone. It's just going to come up to you guys being honest players.
So are you not allowed to communicate through the Discord in full control at all?
Correct. You're not supposed to have Bluetooth access. Obviously, if you guys want to hang out in channel and chat, you can, but you can't relay information like Honeypuss just got. So a fine example would be Lewis and I went to go and rescue Honeypuss while we were in the gang the other day. We sat there for a good probably 40 minutes waiting for him to be brought to the station, but
then the motherfucker followed me.
Yeah, he never got brought to the station. So, I mean, we were all in the same Discord channel, but we never really relayed that information. And I heard it a couple times, but I didn't act on it because it would be metagaming, right? So it's going to be up to you guys as players to be honest and to be, forthright with it and not act on that kind of information or use it. You guys can be in the same channel and stuff like that, but I mean, as a whole, for what we're doing right now, the Bluetooth rule stands and the being in the external Discord stands.
I wasn't trying to complain about the external Discord rule. I was just saying our thing is we just didn't want the RP to be changed halfway through, and
you're saying the scenario
made
is fully over for you.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Because we were just right outside of the bank still. The parking garage was behind the bank. So we've gone maybe 100 feet from the scene.
I can understand that. That would be, that wouldn't be a fully finished scenario. Like when you guys are all hanging out at the garage or something and you're parking your car, like that would be, to me, the end of the scenario.
So I had a miscommunication then, that when I talked to Bouncy about the situation, he said, yeah, go talk to him. So I went straight to you guys and talked to you. And miscommunication on our part. I apologize. I mean,
I was dead. I thought they were gone.
And that's
yeah, and it was on my side. It was just that's one of my things. Whenever I understand it was a miscommunication, and I completely understand. I've been doing service for about 2 years now, so it happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't mean to stir up anything with the whole scene.
No, don't. I'm still learning, so I apologize.
No, you're fine.
So it's you coming in here and telling me that, I'll make sure that I wait if I do see an issue until the RP's over. I'll do my best. That's all I can say. Okay.
Oh, you're fine.
Cool beans. Did you have something, Johnny? I saw you had one below him.
I forget what it is now.
Turkish?
I just want to know about the wipe. Are we going to lose everything? Money, cars, everything?
Oh yeah.
It's going to be straight from scratch.
So that was actually a part of my question was, what do we do now? I mean, you're probably gonna have people that take a step back here, big time, because they know they're gonna lose everything.
Most people have everything. I mean, as a mechanic, I'm watching people come in with all the most expensive cars, all fully upgraded. I mean, it'll create more RP starting from the bottom.
Yeah, but we've been here for like 6 weeks grinding for all those cars.
6 weeks, 2 months.
It's a good thing it's not about the money.
Come on.
It's the same thing as starting up a new game with one character. The idea is to refresh it so that way not everyone who's at the bottom stay at the top half.
Yeah, it's just to keep things fresh.
Yeah.
And it's also supposed to give you guys something to look forward to. Like, I don't know if any of you guys play Rust, but they do weekly, bi-weekly.
Oh, I love Rust.
and
It's,
stuff like.
yeah, Rust has
It
such a
gives
good
you guys
system.
something to look forward to, and I don't want there to be like a GTA atmosphere inside the server, but I want you guys to have something to work towards. After a while. I mean, we're gonna keep.
But why?
Go ahead.
Why are other big cars and big houses if you can grind for it? We grinded for 2 months. I grinded for like more than 10 hours a day to get the cars, to get everything I want. And I understand you guys coming in this week and are jealous on our money.
That's not it at all.
Nobody said they're jealous.
Yeah, but it's not fair to do. Why? I grinded for 2 weeks in the old DB server for 14 hours a day, and it was gone. And I didn't care. I came back to this server and grind again. From day one, I'm here, together with some other friends. We kept this server alive, and now we're gonna hear you're gonna wipe the server, and we're gonna lose
We're
everything.
not gonna wait for a couple months. It's a way down the road. And with the new stuff with the dynamic economy, it's supposed to be made where 1 week you can make some stupid money mining, and the next week you won't make any money mining, but you'll make some more like flying or something like that. It's going to be dynamic, and you guys are going to make that money back. It's just a matter of you guys being able to communicate between each other and find out what's making the most money at that time.
Yeah, sorry, I don't get it. But go on.
I mean, that's it. I mean, it's not going to be very hard to get that money back at all either, and it's not like next week. It's months down the road. They still have to finish the properties, do a preliminary release. I still have to write up documents with Notepad++ and create what am I trying to think of here? Prefabbed scripts, so that like we have 10 weeks of different job scenarios and stuff that can be done where I can drag and drop into there. Like there's still a lot of stuff that I got to do to make that kind of stuff happen. So the wipe's not happening for a long time, but there will be one coming in the distant future.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Higgs.
So what you're saying is then when this wipe comes, like myself, I play on a couple of different servers and they're stable. I grind sometimes for 36 hours straight. So until this wipe happens, I might as well shoot off here to another server. Once the wipes happen, come in and start again. Because what's the point in me grinding 12 to 36 hours a time now to lose it all?
For the RP, like, I mean,
it's going to be in a few months.
Yeah, I do the RP, mate. You know what I mean? I've got 2 characters. One I play more than ever now is a taxi character. And I don't even charge people for doing it because I love the RP. I love meeting people.
Right.
Exactly.
Like you mentioned, it's months ahead. And happening next week, it's months ahead.
So you're probably looking at like the spring or the late spring of next year. Like it's a while away.
Yeah, but still, I can understand. It's all about the RP, and it is.
You would
But
run out of
it's
things.
about the time we spent on this server as well. We were here, like Bouncy and me. We were here for 4 hours doing nothing, just to bring new people or say welcome to the new people. And I feel like, I don't know.
Marty, come find me after the meeting. We'll see if we can't work something out. I mean, at least to soften the blow for you guys, because I know you guys have been here a long time, and I know you've put in the time to populate the server and stuff. We'll talk about it.
Right.
I'm not gonna leave you guys hanging like that. Believe me.
No, I know, but yeah.
Who did we have left? Was it Shane that was next?
Yeah, but they wanted to be
Jason
left to
and
last. Yeah.
Okay, Honey.
Oh, sorry.
Honey Boo Boo.
Dickie 6.
Jason.
God damn it, my mic is muted. I'm sitting here fucking talking to myself.
Hello?
So my question is for the people that are going and joining orgs and then leaving, can we perma their character? Because that's exactly what would happen. Join a gang and try and leave.
Blood in and blood out.
You mean
Seriously?
We can't force people to perma kill their character.
All right, but then in that case, if we can't force them to, they're gonna they're gonna complain about the RP that they're gonna get because they've left and betrayed the fucking group that they were with.
What we used to do is we would go and drive a van around until we found that person. We would then cuff them, put them in the van, force them in, take them to a remote location, and beat the shit out of them with bats. And that would be their exit card.
Yeah, I mean, I could come up with some creative things. I'm just wondering as far as what are, I mean, you can't force them obviously, but
No, you can't. And I don't think that would be something that would be enforced either. You can't perma somebody. That's something that they have to do on their own, and it's a death certificate and so all that.
Can I make a suggestion? Because I'm one of those people that left an org. I say you just forget it altogether, everything that you learned in that. It's going to be hard to forget it, but you don't take that information over to another org if you decide to take that character and join
But
somebody
then
else.
again, it would still be good role play on that side too.
It would be great roleplay. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I see it as kind of like I mean, it's not like unfair, but it is in a sense. People, we're trying to grow our org, and then we have people that come in and then leave, and in all actuality,
realistically, there's moles and spies. And
You're gonna have that though. You're gonna have people who think they want to be in the gang, try gang life, and it's just not the game they want to play. So they'll.
Yeah, I'm just saying as far as making sure that information isn't passed along.
Just be careful what you share with new people.
If
No,
you're,
we don't
if you're
share
telling
anything.
if you're telling fresh blood like the deep dark inner workings of your organization, you've already fucked.
I'm not. I'm saying all I'm saying is from a realistic standpoint. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they don't know anything. I get that. I mean, some of them might know little things, but
you bury them and they wouldn't come back. But you can't make people kill off their characters.
Can't you take them to a remote location, put them down, and then wait till they totally bleed out, and then because then they can't remember anything anymore?
Send them to the light.
Yeah, send them to light. Make sure they go. Tell them that you forget all information.
Okay, so that's what I guess I'll.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Shoot them in the head.
Just
But
get
that's
creative.
gonna take like
Creative
20
with it.
minutes because they can't just press the E to bleed out. They have to go the full
Oh yeah,
bleed out time.
they gotta sit there.
Yeah, you sit there with them.
That's
Strap their balls to a fucking car battery and watch them.
All right, next one, Jason.
Okay, yeah, so this is a question about the wipe. I know it's not nothing's definite in there, but when it comes to the profiles, is everything gonna be wiped, like the profiles too?
What are you asking? Are you asking like car wipes and all that stuff?
No, character wipes.
Like character wipes.
So I've only heard Ellie say wipe. I don't know if we're going to be wiping characters. I don't know if we're going to be wiping vehicles. Just money. I'm not 100% sure.
We talked about it. It's probably going. Yeah, it's a wipe. You'll have to recreate your character.
I think he might have been talking about the MDT, maybe.
It's fine. It won't.
Dickie will love not having a record anymore.
Oh,
Hell yeah, brother.
It'll go right back up.
Give it
20 minutes. Give it
Start over.
Don't even get it 20 minutes.
Another part of the question is, and I know you might have just answered it, but when it comes to my job and the other people who had to apply for their jobs, are they gonna have to apply again?
Probably. If you have to make your character again, then I'd say
yeah.
I know when we did it last time, we didn't, but I mean, it'll probably be discussed. Everyone was given back their jobs and stuff.
For whitelist stuff, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Just
Will
so
we-
have an
will we
idea
get
of
our-
who's applying or who's going to be in what position. I mean, it's more record than anything.
Well, will we get our gangs back? Or
Yeah, absolutely.
The last time we did a wipe, it was when we cleared. Everyone kept their character, I believe, but we just wiped everyone's money, cars, guns, houses, all that stuff. And then everyone got their jobs back, and then we all just left off, or we just went from where we left off, same knowledge, same everything, and then we just started rebuilding from there.
Do we all fly into the airport at the same time then, and a free for all?
I would
beat
not
the
do
shit
that.
out of everybody.
I think that'd be fun.
Johnny, do you have a question?
Yeah, just I know we're working on a lot of things, and being the owner of the dealership, I have people coming to me daily. When are new cars? When is this coming in? When is that? Is it possible to maybe be a little more retroactive with saying, okay, this is what I know we try to, but this is what's in the works. Ellie's been doing it on the Reddit posts, the 5N. Like, we're working on the banking app and we're working on housing. I know housing's taking up a lot of work right now because we're trying to do with the new inventory system in the housing, and it's in the testing server, and we're working on it. Is there a way that we can get maybe a weekly, okay, this came out, Bio put it out in the change log, okay, that's off the list, this is next on our priority list, or anything like that? I know as mods and admins, that's kind of our job to know this stuff, but sometimes I don't hear everything as a mod, or Bouncy might not hear everything that's going on, that we can do like a weekly post.
Why you always throwing me in there with you, motherfucker?
Because I like you, Bounce.
I don't like it.
You're like
I'm
brothers
just
from
saying,
another mother.
I mean, for me, Bouncy's been here since day one with me, and that's, we've been here for 6 weeks now, and that's what I know is Bouncy. I don't know all these new people. I'm sorry. Everybody's saying I'm from OGDB. Great, but a lot of us have been here since day one, so it's a little frustrating when we spent, and Marty kind of showed it, and Turkish and these guys, they've all been grinding. I'm not trying to say that we're wrong or you're wrong or right and you're right. We need to all coincide here, and I think we need to have some open atmosphere here that we all kind of know what's going on.
I was gonna say you
Some
want
clarity.
Like
or at least
a newsletter. Yeah, like, this is what we're trying to work on, and this is what we're trying to accomplish. I feel great that we've boomed since last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago. It's great, but with this many people coming in, there's always going to be speed bumps, and as long as we know what's in store for us down the road, I don't think we're going to have that big of speed bumps.
So I'd be willing to help you put something like that together. The notes that I have for this meeting, I'm going to release, as well as a video that recorded this entire thing, and that's going to be put on a pin message for GTA meeting channel.
Okay.
As far as like the roadmap, or at least a checklist for a roadmap, I mean, you and I can sit down and we can kind of talk about that.
I mean, I'd love to help. I'll volunteer my time, whatever needs to be done. So
I know that there are some vehicles that are going to be getting reskinned here soon. There are
police
it's supposed to be later tonight that Bio and I are supposed to sit down and we're supposed to go over scripts and stuff like that and talk about how I can change the integers and values for each job and stuff like that, and at least get the economy, that part of the economy rolling.
Tesla taxi.
You know what? That might be a thing.
It's already a thing, but it's got a DB skin on it.
So we were actually also talking about making it where, who is it? Higgs that runs the organization for taxi, or who runs taxi right now?
I do.
So we were talking about maybe even making it to where the taxi job is available both inside of the job center and as well as the Uber portion, so that people could go in and do Uber that way too. Because until the server is like super populated, like we even have a whole flight attendant like whitelist job. Like you can be the boss, you can be the pilot, the flight attendant, like the whole shebang is set up, but there's nobody running it, like that kind of thing going on. So until then, like we can have those kind of jobs listed on the job market, they can just go do those jobs.
Same as when like new people like coming into the city, can't taxi drivers get like a bleep to say someone new's coming in, so we can go and pick them up from the airport and show them the basics how to use the shops, because they are a bit weird in the server to use.
See, that's
just the basics.
Just for some reason, it's not showing up for you, and I don't know why.
Yeah, but it is showing up.
It's not showing up on I'm lead driver, and it doesn't show up on that.
Yeah, it showed up on mine. Everest shows up for it. That's weird.
Yeah, that's what it's weird. I don't know why it's doing
you guys
that.
Different ranks?
I think me and Epic are bosses.
Yeah, I do just to welcome. Yeah, but I'll talk to Bio.
It sounds like it's based
Thanks.
on rank then. So it's probably just a small line of code that's just got to get fixed. It's just a matter of adding a new command line. That's all.
You don't have a taxi meter either for taxi, correct? Higgs?
We don't need one because we don't charge anyone. We tell everyone that the mayor's paying for it because he loves them because he loves people in the city.
Yeah, Everest goes around and pays he pays the tows the mechanics for doing all the PD tows and stuff. He RPs it out and gives out money. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. He never comes out of the dealership.
Is he also the one?
He does make enough money.
What was your question, Bouncy?
So somebody's going around putting freaking joints all over the place in the freaking city.
You know, I can wonder who that is.
That sounds like a Billy thing.
Hey!
That is another.
Weed
That
is
is
legal up to 9 units per person, so smoke it up.
Wait, then I need to go clear out my pockets. My bad.
Ozzy, there's only one guy in the whole server that loves drugs.
Me?
No, Big Chuck.
Yeah, I caught him. I actually caught him leaving fucking joints at the mechanic shop earlier.
There was joints.
Joints, opium, everything he was leaving.
Even at the PD.
Pulled up and there was joints in the front of the door of the hospital.
Okay.
Pain medication.
I suppose the
Unless
mechanic
anybody
shop
has
is private property.
anything else to say or any questions or anything else, the meeting's officially over. So you're welcome to leave the channel if you will. I'm going to be in here for a few minutes answering any questions or if anything comes up.
Just go on, Shane.
I just wanted to thank you guys for being so welcoming.
We love you. We love you all.
We love everyone besides Bouncy. He's like a dose of the clap. Or the
Get
clap
the
and
hell
the
out of here.
We love you, Bouncy.
Fuck you.
We love you like a dose of the clap, baby.
Don't talk about we.
I get fucked you more than I do my ex-wife, and that's sad.
That's brutal.
Well, if you
No,
stop
I
leaving
mean
her
it.
I
blown up
even
in
had
the
to pay
closet,
her for that. I mean, Jesus, I didn't pay y'all.
Bouncy, if you'd stop leaving her blown up in the closet, you wouldn't have that problem, would you?
Hey, she's in the car. You shut the hell up. I keep her in the car, not in the closet. Because I don't want to tell people I'm coming out of the closet, okay?
I've got a lady boy in the back of my carpet.
Jesus. No wonder you went.
No, but-
No wonder you go to the Philippines so much.
Oh, yes.
I need to say the service great, and yeah, great job. Respect for that.
So I mean, even before it's all about
Okay,
community.
who is
That's-
Robin Evangelica right now? Because I'm going to shoot you.
But like I said before, Marty, it's all about the community. If the community's honest, has good RP, and is able to even if the situation doesn't go as planned, people are able to walk out and say, "Yeah, no, I fucked up. Well, I fucked up too. My bad." That's what makes the server great. Is when you both can walk away and have good shit. And that's why, after this, you and I are going to talk about what we can do to kind of soften the blow for you, because I know you and your guys have been around for a long time.
Yeah, it's not about that, but like Johnny said, it's about we see new people in the server and they get higher stuff like the high mechanic, like Epic. I didn't even know he was a leader. I seen Epic as a mechanic, and 2 days later someone said, "Yeah, Epic is the new the game leader." I was like, "Huh? Who's Epic?" You know what I mean? I've seen new people with higher staff.
Epic's been here for a really long time.
And I left DB a while back because I just got so burnt out. I just didn't want to play anymore because I was being both the chief of police, I was a head admin, and I was also doing content creation. And with my other character, my alternate character, I was planning events. I literally had a full schedule, donating most of my life to GTA at that time because nobody was able to fill those roles. So I was having to be spread out so much. I really got to the point where I just quit altogether. And then instantly we had a situation where things didn't go as planned, or there was a misunderstanding, and Ellie hopped in the channel. I was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing? Fail RPing and stuff." And then we explained everything, and she was kind of frustrated. I was like, "Well, what do you need, Ellie? I'm coming back. What do you want me to do?" And then just instantly threw me into admin and said, "I need you to do this." Because she knew what I did before and where my history was. It's the same thing with a couple of people that are here now. We've seen old peepers come back from DB that were really, really the first people that were around. And
Bring back Bubba.
Bubba's already back.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I like the new people, and of course you will get problems between people because you can't love everyone. Like you all love Bouncy, but I hate him.
I hate Bouncy too. Don't worry.
I'm
Seems
joking
like
about that,
Dick.
but
Yeah, I
yeah.
think he's a moron.
No, we got a problem
Everybody
with
hates
Winters.
Bouncy.
He's definitely Mormon.
No, but 2 days ago we got a problem with Officer Winters, Mr. Who, on Discord, and at 2 days yesterday we talked Turkish me and Winters, and it's all okay now. We need to learn how the people are, and
And that's
yeah.
totally fine. Like, I mean, Winters, I trained Winters when he first came around. Like, he's also an OG.
Yeah.
By the way, if y'all like get offended by Winters, just know he's just role playing with you. He's not actually a dick.
Yeah,
he is.
No,
Yeah,
he's actually a dick.
yeah,
Don't let him lie to you. You fucking serious right now?
Just call him a fucking. Hey, listen,
Marty,
Brad,
that's what I told you yesterday.
Oh yeah, Brad's worse for sure.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
call
I know.
Winters real
Whoa, whoa now.
You guys
All you
have
gotta
a
do is call
really big bus to throw people under, don't you?
If it's Brad,
Listen.
I'm in.
Brad's a great guy. What do you mean?
I mean, he gave me a good deal at a GTR, but I had to heckle him down hella hard.
None of you have ever seen Brad drunk, so.
Do you want to race your GTR?
You don't want to see
No,
that.
I do not want to race my GTR.
I've seen Brad drunk.
Basically, what we're wanting to
Brad
do
drunk is fun drunk.
get more RP in to where it's not just shooty bang bang between the cops and the robbers all the time. I mean, yeah, you will go to jail sometimes, but get with somebody doing a legal street race. If the cops stop you, they're gonna stop you, but they're not gonna pit you as in hit your car unless you're just being a jackass and hitting light poles and people.
Can't we make tasers legal? Because once you
No,
shoot someone,
negative.
the RP's over. Well, once you shoot someone, the RP's over, isn't it? At least if you tase them, you walk off, you can carry on the RP after.
We've tried to implement that before, and it just gets abused. I mean, we can
Getting calls
what
constantly.
we can do is if you end up killing an LEO or some, and this is how it usually happens: is either a taser will be found on the black market, or it'll be found on a police officer's body, and they search the body and take everything off of them. Like that's really the only way that you can get your hands on a taser. As far as like
No, I think it's. I thought it was in the black market for someone at one time. It might not be anymore, but
No.
it may not. But with we also want the EMS to be able to carry tasers too. I don't know if that's still a thing or not.
When I was chief, I let them carry it as long as they didn't abuse it.
Right, they had to be certified for it, is what I remember.
Yeah.
Can you get rid of the murder of an LEO charge because they're never murdered because they always get revived, or even if they go to the light, it's still attempted murder. They're not permadeath in their case.
Well, I told them, I've been telling people it's attempted murder. It's not murder.
Can I have a question? Can we change that law to where if an officer like physically gets shot and is downed, then it's a murder charge?
That's what I was just saying. Yeah, get rid of the murder charge.
How many times is an officer gonna perma? Like barely any time. So
I've only ever seen it once.
Nobody
permas as a cop.
Nobody permas in GTA at all. So
Exactly.
Yeah, there was one. And he's...
Get rid of the murder charges altogether. Just
Or-
attempted murder.
Or modify it to where if you shoot them and down them to where they're bleeding out and they have to like call an EMS, call it as murder.
That's how it always was. If the officer's down,
That's how I always thought it was.
Then that's considered murder.
That's how I thought it was, and then someone told me from old DB that it wasn't that way. I don't know. Everything got all fucked up.
Just more clarity on the laws.
Yeah, how many people are here now?
Yeah, if everyone jumps into the server, we can have a bicycle race again.
Police escort.
I didn't even get paid from the last two I've won. What the fuck?
Fuck, I was so close to winning. I can't believe I crashed on the last turn.
You owe me like 70 grand.
Honey, didn't
You make enough off your banks, don't you, honey?
I never robbed a single bank in this server, okay?
No, you don't.
Only I slow you the money for that buy.
I have a clean record.
Never get away with it.
So between Bouncy and I know Bouncy wants to start playing events, but I'm also going to start bringing back Try Before You Buy events, which are going to let you try out all the cars that you possibly can. As far as
Nice.
imports, I'm gonna have to get with Johnny about that and figure out how all that works with imports. But like all the cars that you can buy from the dealership by yourself without having to get a dealer, like if there's gonna be a try before you buy events, and we'll have an event afterwards where people can win money. Usually when I do them, we'll either do street rates, demolition derbies. I might pull out a couple monster trucks and y'all can run over them, that kind of shit, and win a raffle, like stuff like that.
Nice.
Rumples, there was talk about combining the exotic dealership with the PDM and just creating one and having us still run both. But the only thing is, we'd have to write a script to, if nobody's on, they can still get in and look at the cars and test drive them and stuff like that. So it was discussed. We're not sure if we're there yet, but it's something that we talked about.
I don't agree with that at a certain point because I go to the regular dealership all the time, vehicles when exotic car dealers aren't on.
That's what I'm saying is we need to figure out a way how either we have coverage on all the time, or we let it when we're not on. You can still get into it and just buy it by yourself.
Yeah. If you guys make it where I can test drive the fastest car in the game, I'm gonna go rob banks with it. I'm just being honest.
Well, I'm gonna start taking down ID information.
Asshole.
I mean, I don't think it'll matter with Dickie. I don't think he cares if you take his.
And it doesn't matter if you're on a Fagio, the police in the city can't drive anyway.
Oh.
I mean, it's true.
Oh, we lost him on one.
I reversed 2 police cruisers pitting me at the same.
So outside of try before you buy events, the modded cars are still inside the database. So Death Race will be making a return. And oddly enough, I still have all the vehicles that I previously had pre-made for Death Race still saved in my mod menu. So that will be a thing as well.
Nice.
Hell yeah. You guys are fucked.
I have a
kill people for a living.
I have a question.
Interesting.
What was the question?
Are we gonna be implementing tuner chips, and if so, will we have a shop that specializes in just?
Right now, we're going to be focusing on the main, like the really essential stuff for the server. Like obviously.
Yeah, like fixing the tunes on the cop cars.
Yeah, like that is part of the roadmap, but that's a while down the road. We got to get the.
Yeah, I have those files.
Do you?
Yeah.
You should contact Bio and kind of compare notes and see what you guys can do.
Well, Ellie gave me the files to just look at and see what I can come up.
Sure. I mean, you're not gonna hear no out of me. Progress is progress. Shit. What else was I gonna say? There was one more thing.
You were saying my name, but I think you forgot what you was gonna say.
Yeah, I did.
Because I mean, in terms of tuner chips, I feel like they can be exploited super easily because you can just set your car up to have ridiculous top speed and accelerate. But if you make it so only like a certain company or business can set up tunes and they have certain parameters they're allowed to do, then
Well, we could give that to the mechanic shop. I mean,
to me, it's unfair anyway because right now, police cars can't keep up with exotic cars anyway.
yeah, I'm
So if you
fixing
put
that.
tuner
Don't worry,
chips-
I'm fixing it.
learn to drive.
I'm making
No,
it so exotics
our
can't turn on a
fastest-
fucking dime at 2.
Our fastest car goes 160, so we're
Yeah,
fucked.
I thought it was 180.
The Explorer maxed out goes 180, but cops don't make that much money, so you don't have many that have upgraded their cars.
Fair
I'll
enough.
give you
Okay,
money
yeah.
about
The Explorer goes 180 miles an hour?
If it's
Yeah.
fully maxed.
At least I'm not an asshole and I use fucking.
There's not that many
normal cars.
exotics though. that
don't worry,
do
the thing can't turn.
Much more than that, if you really think about it. There's really not that many
Yes,
exotics.
yes, there.
Those exotics, I also want them to be able to outrun cops because I mean, like Marty, like he spent hours and hours and days farming to get stuff like that, and I want him to be able to reap the rewards of having something like that, where it doesn't like. You gotta have the satisfaction of being untouchable in some portion of the game and really reap your rewards.
Gotta make it realistic, man. You wouldn't have a police
Yeah,
bloody
but the
cruiser
issue
outrunning a
that's
Ferrari.
the issue that's happening is you have people going like 220 plus, and they're able to turn.
What
on
car
a
does
fucking...
220? I'm just curious.
Aventador.
I have a fully maxed out Aventador, and it'll do 200 on the dot basically, unless you're in a downhill scenario.
The Aventador.
The Viper will do 220.
I've got what? Okay. I mean, unless something was changed,
The point being,
it didn't used to.
people should be able to really reap the rewards of working their ass off for the car. That's
No, I'm not saying the speed's the issue. I'm saying the handling's a fucking issue. Like, you shouldn't be going that speed turning on.
No, I agree, and that's something that you got to do with messing with some handling files.
You've also
that's what
got
I'm-
people that are flipping their vehicle 20 times, and for some reason they're not hurt in the hospital.
talking
They
about
should
your
be P-wise.
Yes, that's
I'm
also
invincible.
another issue. I forgot to
Or
write that
vehicle
down.
ejections, and then people get back
I'm
in their cars
invincible.
right away.
I'm sorry.
If you've got an irritated left arm and you're profusely bleeding, you're not walking away from a scene.
Well, if you have your seatbelt on, do you still have to fucking stop if you flip, or what's the word on that one?
We used to
I
have
mean,
blackout bots.
RP-wise, if you flip your vehicle 8 times, whether the game recognizes it or not, you're going to the hospital.
You would be hurting really bad.
Oh, that's what it was. We're going to be talking about implementing a Why So Serious Sunday. So it's like the first Sunday of every month. It's basically a day where you guys can kind of goof off a little bit and not have to fully revolve around the parameters of RP. Obviously, stuff like RDM is not going to be acceptable. But, you're not going to be so hard-pressed to be on the RP side and people get a chance to joke around and just be a bunch of fools.
So can we have like once a month? I was about to say, can we have like a hunt bouncy once a month or something like that?
We might do something like a purge event or something like that. It's supposed to be a day where you guys can just be a bunch of retards, or a bunch of.
Oh, I'm a
retard every day.
Oh god, this is a word again.
I mean, if you click my name, my default name is Smelly Retard. I'm the kid that runs around inside of the convenience store naked in his underwear, all sticky and touching all the candy.
And licking all the windows.
Exactly. I'm definitely a window licker. But we're gonna try and do something like that too. Same thing with Death Race. I mean, that's basically what Death Race is. It's where you go to Sandy Shores, I believe, and you end up getting flown out, and it's kind of like a PUBG scenario where you end up at the pier on the south side of the map. You have to jump out of the plane,
And whoever lives.
Well, you have to swim up, and then you're met by a gentleman that explains the rules of the game and so on. You guys roll for who gets to pick the first car, and these cars are decked out with Gatling guns. They've got actually, you know what? If you guys want to meet me at the South Pier, I'll show you all the stuff that I've got.
On the way.
I'm not trying to
Does
die right
anyone
now,
need
so
a ride
I'm
there?
good.
You know what? Go to.
I've been in jail for 2 hours today. Fuck that shit. Trap? Fucking trap, dude.
Let's see here.
You've been to jail. You've actually let them catch you.
Dude, I don't buy supercars. I don't do that shit. Cause if I have bought a supercar, then it just becomes stupidly unfair. Like I use like fucking brawlers and.
The mechanic shop on the far east side of Los Angeles. Everybody knows where that is. The one off of Minor Park Boulevard and West Mirror Drive, that little neighborhood over there with the lake.
Yeah.
Okay, go meet over there.
Oh, I'm not in the server now. Oh.
Never mind.
Wait, where?
The Far East Mechanic Shop.
Yep, the east side Los Santos mechanic shop next to the pond.
The trap don't do it.
Gotcha.
I don't have a criminal record, Dickie. I'm not.
I'm clean.
Me too.
Odin Bernard is the cleanest.
I don't believe so.
Can I pay money to get my criminal record wiped?
Are you under 18?
Yeah, you can pay the mechanics if you want. We'll wipe it for you.
Yeah, fucking right. You guys can't wipe my criminal record, can you?
I can try.
What? That doesn't help me.
You can try to
200K.
Burn
I
down
can try.
the PD station.
200K, I'll wipe my fucking record. 'Cause I'm not trying to pay. I got
Listen,
half
we
a
can
million
wipe
dollars
your
in
record
fines.
like we can lower the mileage on your cars so you get a better price.
Does anyone need a ride to the area?
I want to ride with you. Only if you use your Helga voice.
What's your Steam name?
Oh no, I'm here. I'm just kidding.
You're a hoe.
I'm standing right next to you.
Helga.
Go ahead and stand back for a second so I don't squash you.
What in the fuck?
Now, no one dying, all right? I'm not in the game to give the fat
Turkish,
finger revival right
Turkish,
now.
it's your Mini Cooper.
I know, finally.
Either I'm an idiot, or
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh my god. Wait.
Oh, so that's where Bio got
Do
that car.
you have a GTR or no?
I also wanted to address one other thing. If you see an officer,
What were you saying, Bouncy?
I don't know. I'm gonna get cut off every time. Maybe.
Say it.
So basically, if you see an officer is doing something wrong, either come. Oh my god, I fucking hate you. Either come to me or come to Rumples, because you do know I will flip this thing off here.
Come on, you can finish the sentence. I believe in you.
Come to me,
You guys
come to
are wrong.
Rumples. Just don't do it in general chat or anything like that.
If you guys are wronged by an officer, come to the lawyers. We'll get you money.
No, don't go to the lawyers. They're
We'll
pieces
sue
of
the
shit.
PD. We'll sue the
They don't
PD.